in for an interesting hour. We haven't had a drop of rain in over 2 months. And today, we've had a single drop of rain. So, with all the millions of things I've got to do today, I have to stop and have a quick fish. I won't go crazy, so I'll give myself 1 hour. Get down here, hit it with 3 or 4 different plastics, try a new hook out. Look at that. Okay, now that's the first bite I've had for the session. Come here, buddy. But what I've done today is something a little bit different. I played around the last few seasons with all these different worm hooks, and when I got to this sort of rubber like this, I started dropping a lot of fish because I was finesse fishing, very slow, draw the fish. That's what I did there. I started over here. I just worked this bank all the way along to that corner, 1 tap, and there he was. The reason being, so I've used a straight shank hook on the plastic as a hidden weight, and I'll get this guy off. He's well hooked. Now I'm just going to grab my pliers. No, I'm stoked with that. That was worth it. I was nearly about to change to spinner and just catch a few fish, but this was really important to me because I was losing. I'm doing all right with the fish on the hidden weights. Come here, mate. God, he's well hooked. Okay, let him go. I was doing all right, or I've been doing well with the hidden weights, hiding the hook well into the plastic and fishing structure, only in motion. But when I stop and the rubber stops, they grab it and I'm missing the hook set. Okay, the same principle as a worm hook. Put it in like that. Just got up to this nose here. Just buried that point in there. And there he is like that. Bite for 1 fish. Fishing in a manner where I've been dropping several fish per probably 4 or 5 bites to get a hook up. Yeah, piece of wood. That's what I've got, a rig that's tapping over wood. And it only takes a bass to touch it, and I've got him, so happy, happy, happy. I've only had one strike for 1 fish, so we'll keep working on it. The wrong colour plastic too. Might do a few switches. Oh, I'm excited like a small kid again. It's all about learning when it comes to fishing, and this I think is going to really be fun. Change hooks. Oh, definitely going to change hooks. Perfect hook for the other rubber I had, but then he is a small fish. But I've had 2 strikes, 2 fish. Look at that. Little bass straight away. Oh, he's tiny. I'll stick with this hook for a little bit longer, but what I've got, it's down in that tail like that. Straight shaft. It's more for when they grab it and hold it in their mouth. I can set that hook, and that's where I've been struggling. I'll explain to you. With the worm hooks I've been using, I've been struggling in one sense. That was just didn't even expect to catch a fish there. I just thought I'll drop it in and start the filming and start working on his edge like I did before. Still got battery life. Still got time to do a video. I've probably got about half an hour left in the challenge. Let's more about catching them on this now. I was spinnerbait mentality's gone for a little bit. Okay, when I was using the little Strike Pro enticers that were grub shape, show you here, these guys, the number 1 hook was perfect. Switched across and getting more reaction out of these guys, but the 1 hook's slipping, so I've gone to a 2.0. It's all about suiting or matching the hook to the rubber, so when they bite it, that hook's going to penetrate and get the bass. Nothing but bass. Oh, well, there you go. That's still dropped him. But that's the change of the hook, and that little tiny bass just grabbed that then, and I had him. So that's a really good sign. We're catching all fish now. And I dropped him because I just didn't flick him up on the bank. Well, I've got a feeling these little bass I caught today might have fixed a problem I've got catching big bass. Let's see if this big old eel wants it. It's weird how these eels just lay like almost like they're dead. Yep, got him. Whee! That carp, and that's on my worm hook rig, so that's exactly what I want. I turned the camera off and that carp's swam over that log. Oh, awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. This is on a plastic with a 2-0 straight shank worm hook. Okay, last year I started working these Strike Pro soft plastics, and I found amazing results. So, bream and bass just loved them, but so did the carp. So I was just fishing that. I actually thought there was an eel I was looking at. I was trying to catch the eel. I turned the camera off. I seen this guy just swim over the top of the log. So I threw it down and I just let it sit there and just twitched it, and the rest you can see on camera. But the main thing that excites me about this is this rubber was rigged so I could crawl it through this whole creek, all the way through, all over this timber. I haven't had a snag yet, and the little bass I've caught been one bump, 1 fish, and now I've had 1 bump, 1 carp. That's just excellent. Now what am I going to do with the big boy? It's completely worn out. As this one will be fox food. These carp down here in particular, I take them out when I catch them because there's so many of them in here. 1 and 2, the foxes eat all the small ducks and things. Oops. Oh, gaff didn't work. That's how you land a carp when you're going to feed it to the fox. Okay, how good is that? Oops. Yeah. Tangles, tangles, tangles. Anyway, I'll do that in a sec. This is what I wanted to show you. What we have, it's just a straight shank hook, 2 little keeper barbs at the top to hold the rubber in. Just run it through like that. Put the eye right in. I'm going to bring this right up to the tail. Stick him in there. And that hook's just sitting tucked in behind the ribs. Now that, I have been fishing over everything yet to get a snag. Oh, of course I got the little ball sinker on it as well, but that I was actually thinking about taking off. The missing link in my arsenal. See how I can just sit here, relax. I can crawl this lure right across the bottom. And when I get a tap, I'm setting that hook and that hook's sticking. That's the bit that I'm really loving. I get a lot of success fishing this style, but I miss the fish. Like I draw a lot of fish. I miss them. Not today, not with this, like a straight shank worm hook seems to be the... No, I needed a float stopper really so I can skip. But this has just enabled me to do things like, watch this, you know, over the log, down the creek, under the surface for a while, drop it. There's snags everywhere in here. Twitch it, drop it. You know, like when there's like that carp, I seen him swim over the log. I just threw in front of him and just crawled across to his line. You know, active fish, they're not active, and I know they're there. I can sit here and I can just shake it, hop it, twitch it. Anyway, my hour challenge is nearly over, so we better keep moving. Oh, switch back over to the little cicada type. See if it does anything. There's one on it. Yep. Ah. How did I know I missed him? He was so small, but that was the first time I actually struck at a fish. That felt good. That felt real good. I see this situation a lot where they come up on them. Now I've got some sort of thing that when they hold that in their mouth, I should take the sinker off and let it have more hang time. That was awesome. He was only little, but that was the first time I've ever struck at a fish like in that way. Oh, I'll spew when I missed him. There's one. Yeah. Did it! I did it! Wow, it might look like a little fish to you guys, but I set the hook that way and had the weight, and then I turned him, and look at that. 100% weed-proof rig that I cannot get snagged, hooking that little guy there. Now I just got to you couldn't think a little bass like that could get me that excited, but mate, it's the future bass I think of. It's the future bass. I'll explain later about the reasons I think this is a more successful hook for the slower style fishing, but it's mainly to do with the angle of the point. I love it. Such a visual way to fish when you see them come up and take like that, and probably about 4 times out of 5 they spit it on me in that slow retrieve, like they just pop it. Well, that's about the closest I've ever come to mastering that. I just got to slow down. We've got a full moon, so the fish are fed all night. They're not interested in eating right now. There's not that many in this run, they've all moved up. They were here last week in numbers. I'll come back. But the hookup rate, the success rate I've had, and the structure on fishing crew, I have not had a snag. I've been working the bottom. You see me do those really fast retrieves all the time for a reaction bite. This is different. This is I really feel that half the time they're picking the lure up, just spitting it out of their snag. I wish I had the camera on. Once again, one tap. Get up here. Oh, he's got some weight. One tap, one fish. So this is going to dramatically improve the amount of fish I catch in a season, because a lot of these fish I was missing on this finesse style. Pop off. Here's a nice fat little bass. Who can I let you go? Oh, I'll have to let him go here. I reckon there's a school sitting there. But yeah, one tap, one fish. Awesome. See you, buddy. Fishing weedless has allowed me to cover creeks like this. I've had 2 rubbers all day, 2 hooks, that's all I've used. I haven't lost anything. And I'm getting, say, 95% hookup rate at the moment. So let's say 90% hookup rate on the rig. So every 9 fish I draw, every 10 fish I draw, I catch 9 of them. And that's just simply because of this straight shank worm hook. It points up at a different angle, so when I haven't got that lure in motion and they just peck at it like that. Yep, there's another one. Look at that little guy. But they just peck at it like that. I've got him. See, he's so small it's nearly gone in it's gone on the edge of his eyeball. But there's another fish there. There's 2 from 2 casts. Ooh, sounds bad. But have a look at this rubber. It's rig ready to go again. That's just awesome. That's hasn't been the easiest of days of fishing, or mornings fishing. I've only been down here for an hour. And I've ran 2 rubbers. Every bite I've pretty well turned into a fish. There's a hit. Oh, missed him. See, I'm getting that hook set right though. I'm not far off it. It's so much different than how I've ever fished, so I use my wrist more. That's one of the rare fish I've missed today, but I don't care. It's working. Yeah, there's one more to be had here, I'm sure. That's the one I wanted. Oh, he's not a real big fish, but look what I got him out of. Oh, look at that. Oh, I've jagged him. That's because the hook's popped, but have a look what I got him out of. That's awesome. Oh, I've got to get out of here before that dog eats me. See you, buddy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. These aren't big fish, but that doesn't bother me. The big fish have been easy to draw last season, but they were hard to catch. I just hit hole, and worked the hole thoroughly that I knew that bass were in. And you would have seen the video last week where we were using beetle spins down here. This was probably a tougher day to catch fish than that day. And I didn't use any beetle spins today because I got this finesse bite working, and that's why I was resorting to the beetle spinners before, because I draw these fish, miss them. So I'd want to catch a fish before I leave, so I'd go back to the beetle spin and get my fix, but this is the works in progress this year. Oh, thanks for watching my vids. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and I'll keep you informed with what's going on with my fishing life. But this, I hope you all benefit from it. Simple, simple, simple.